So how exactly do you study as an entrepreneur? It seems like a lot of people study when they're in university, but when they graduate, it almost feels like learning stops. But some entrepreneurs like to say, the more you learn, the more you earn. So that's why in this video, I actually want to share with you 4 very simple ways to acquire skills very quickly so that your business is able to make more income and impact. If you're new here, my name is Richard. I am an online business consultant, and I also am a high-performance coach. And the first lesson I want to share with you when it comes to learning new skill sets is, first and foremost, you have to identify. There's this thing about entrepreneurs where we always get excited by new ideas. And the unfortunate thing is new ideas can get very distracting and veer us off course if we're not actually focused. That's called shiny object syndrome. Or you might have some new strategy. You hear about someone talking about a new Facebook ad strategy. You hear about someone saying that challengers are the way to go. You hear that someone is saying that, oh my gosh, you need to start a YouTube channel. And you have all these different strategies. And even though you're not starting a new business, even within your business, you get distracted with what I call shiny strategy syndrome. So the first thing that you need to identify is if you're trying to study or learn, acquire a new skill, first off, you have to ask yourself, is this a skill that you absolutely must learn? In fact, the way that I typically solve problems within my business is, and I help my clients solve problems, first and foremost, what exactly is the bottleneck in your business? Is your business not generating enough sales because you're not that good at closing on the phone and rolling prospects into customers? Well, if that's the case, then we've identified the bottleneck is closing. Once you identify the skill that you have to learn, really when it comes to online businesses, there's only a few skills that you have to learn. These are what I like to call high income skills that can generate well over $500 per hour for you. The first one, obviously, and a lot of people know this, is phone closing. Phone closing is essentially enrolling clients over the phone. How are you able to communicate value and deliver and pull on emotions and communicate with logic in order to actually get someone to make a decision with you while you're speaking with them over the phone? The second form of selling is actually copywriting, which is writing through words. How exactly are you writing words that can communicate your value on paper or on a document in order to get people to take action? There's a couple other skills that you have to learn, including speaking, right? Including me speaking to you through this camera lens, as well as speaking as in public speaking, which is also very important if you're a coach or consultant because you're pretty much speaking all day, whether on a Zoom call or in person. But these are all skills that you have to identify which is the bottleneck first before you go ahead and take action on studying one. Because if you prioritize the wrong one, you're not going to spend your right time focusing on the activity that will solve your business's problems. Now, the second thing that you have to understand about studying in order to learn a skill very quickly is the principle of focus. Now, focus is something that people say all the time, right? Warren Buffett and Bill Gates, 2 highly successful entrepreneurs, when the first time they ever met at a dinner party, it was actually Bill Gates' mom, his mother, who asked, what do you guys think is the one thing that has resulted in the most amount of success for your businesses? And both Bill Gates and Warren Buffett said at the same time, focus. And the reason why focus is so important is the way I define it, FOCUS, that stands for follow one course until successful. You see, if you're trying to learn 2 skills at the same time, you're not going to be able to learn very, very quickly. The problem is you're not getting good at any skill. You're doing a little bit of that, you're doing a little bit of this, and that is what breaks focus. People don't solve problems when they focus in this way. Now, the same way when it comes to business now is if you identify that appointment setting, booking more phone calls for your coaching consulting business is the one bottleneck that you have, then stop looking at other resources. Stop looking into Facebook ads. Stop looking into copywriting and just focus on this one thing and apply all your time and energy into learning that one skill set. Now, the third step is now actually about the acquiring of information in order to gain that skill set. Now, there's actually 2 ways to acquire information. There's the online free resources that you can learn, and that's typically done through buying affordable books, $10, $15 books, and then also done through going online, watching YouTube videos like the one you're watching right now. And then there's also paid resources. Paid resources typically means investing into a coaching program, a course, and actually investing into learning a skill from an expert who has already been there and done that. Now, free information is good, and especially if you are first dipping your toes into something, free resources typically will give you a good overview. However, free resources are not going to be the way that you lead to mastery. If you truly want to get good at a particular high-income skill, the best way is always to learn directly from a person that has been there and done that, right? Tony Robbins says, if you want to be successful, simply find the person that you look up to who is already successful and pay that person for their time to learn that skill. And that's exactly what I've done within my own life. In the past 12 months, I've spent over $80,000 US on different coaching programs, different courses to acquire particular skill sets. Just like a few weeks ago, I know that this year our tax bill is going to be very, very big. And so I wanted to learn some strategies to actually learn, hey, how can we make sure that we are responsibly moving our money around and actually deploying the right tax strategies so we're not overpaying in taxes. And so I paid $25,000 to a tax consultant that is one of the best in the industry that is able to help us have better tax strategy. So that's just a clear example of me jumping straight to the source rather than reading a book. So when it comes to you building your business, when it comes to you learning how to do phone closing or copywriting, it's the same exact principle. And the fourth step I want to share with you, and this is what I tell my clients all the time on coaching calls, and it's that information without implementation is absolutely meaningless. You see, a lot of the time people get caught in consuming information. We want to learn, but we don't end up taking action. And the very essence of taking action is what helps you get better. And there's only so much that you can gain by actually learning. So if you do want to learn how to do phone closing, sure, you can watch 20 different videos on how to do phone closing. You can buy a few different premium high-ticket coaching programs on how to do phone closing. But at the end of the day, if you don't role play, if you don't actually jump on the phone with a prospect and actually try to close them and enroll them into your program, you're not going to be able to learn that skill effectively. And I always like to call this the 80-20 split of execution. If you're learning a skill set, you should be learning for about 20% of the time, and then you need to have 80% execution. So if you look at 10 hours of learning a skill, quite frankly, you should only be spending 2 of those hours learning, watching videos, reading books on that topic. And then 8 of those hours should be spent on actually getting better at sales calls. In light of that, if you truly are interested in building an online coaching business, you want to turn your skills, the skills that you already have, into true profits, I actually want to give you a free gift because over the past few weeks, my team and I have been working very hard and we've put together this gift. It's called the Organic Sales Machine Guide. This is a 34-page guide, 100% free for you, that walks you through the fastest way to gaining unlimited high-ticket clients. And if you go over to page 22, you're actually going to see Jennifer. Jennifer right there actually did $50,000 in her first 25 days because she was an engineer at Dropbox and she figured out that she got pretty good at web design and she wanted to create a course teaching others how to get good at web design as well. Well, she joined our program and she ended up making $50,000 selling her knowledge on how to get better at web design. And she's actually found on page 20 inside this guide. So if you want to see her case study, exactly how she succeeded, that's also found inside this guide. So if you want this, just click the first link down below. That's going to take you to a page where you can go ahead and download the guide, type your name and your email so I can actually email it over to you, and then check your inbox and this guide will be sent right over there to you. And before you go anywhere, I just want to remind you that this video is 100% free. So make sure you smash that subscribe button. Drop a like button because that like really does tell the YouTube algorithm that this video brought a lot of value into your life. And let me know down in the comments below, what kind of topics do you want to see next? Because this entire Impact Clients Intensive video is going to be dictated by the video topics that you want. So just type in brackets ICI and then the topic of the video that you want covered next in business, and we'll make sure to get that covered next time. Remember, how you do one thing is how you do everything. Before you go anywhere, check out that playlist right over there because that playlist is actually our documentary of how we're building an 8-figure business currently. And that playlist down there is going to share with you everything you need to know about how to build a successful online business. I'll talk to you soon.